Hey, Rainbow Warrior here, showing you how to make these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crochet beanies. We have all four characters here, and there are lots of different options you have in making these. I'm using my standard crochet beanie hat pattern. However, you can use a pattern that you're comfortable with in order to create whatever size hat you need. And I'm going to show you how to make these masks as well, and how to attach them to your hats. What's great about this hat pattern is that the masks can stay on top of the hat like this, or you can flip them over and you can wear the masks on your face. So that's pretty cool. Let me show you the materials you need for this pattern. For the hats, you're going to need crochet hook. You can use size J or size I for your hat, depending on how big you need. For the mask, I use size H for the face mask and size I for the straps. As you can see, this mask is a lot bigger because I did double crochets while using a much smaller stitch for that one. Again, it's very adjustable, this pattern is. I like to think of the Ninja Turtles as different color greens. However, you can choose whatever green you want for your Ninja Turtle hat. So for the main two colors, I used Red Heart Super Saver in Spring Green. For Michelangelo, I used Caron Simply Soft in Kelly Green. For Raphael, I used Red Heart Super Saver in Hunter Green. And for the masks, I used all Red Heart Super Saver in Cherry Red, Royal, Pumpkin, and Medium Purple. You're also going to need scissors and a tapestry needle, as always, to sew in your ends, and I use a stitch marker for my hat. Links to this pattern will be in the description, and all the information you need will be on my blog, so make sure to check that out if you have any further questions. So we're going to get started. We're going to begin our beanie with a magic loop. And chain 1 to secure. Now we are going to do 12 double crochets into that magic loop. Once you finish your 12 double crochets, you're going to slip stitch to join. So pull your end tight. Now we're going to slip stitch to that chain stitch. And I'm going to lock my tail in. And now for round 2, we're going to do 2 double crochets into each stitch. And again, I'm holding my tail in order to lock it in. Now when we get to the end of our second round, rather than joining the round and slip stitching, I prefer to do a continual round. So I'm going to do 1 double crochet in each of those stitches, and then from then on out I'm just going to continue the round without joining. So 1 in that small stitch and 1 in the next one. And this way it's just more spread out. It's not such a harsh jump. I am placing my stitch marker so that way I can keep track of my last stitch from here on out. Now for the third round, we will be doing 2 double crochets in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch all the way around. So you can see, here's our last stitch. And our fourth round will be 2 double crochets into the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Now for the following rows, we're just going to do a double crochet in each stitch for rows 5 through 11. So we're going to put our hat to the side and we're going to begin making our mask. So with whatever color yarn you chose, you're going to begin with a slip knot. And using our H hook, we are going to chain 20. Now we are going to slip stitch into the third chain from the beginning. And this creates our first eye hole. We're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, which will be our nose bridge. Then we're going to chain 17. And slip stitch to the other side of that last chain stitch. Half double crochet in the next 2 stitches of your nose bridge. Approximately 30 double crochets into your first eye hole chain loop. Now you're going to do your 2 half double crochets. And another 30 double crochets into the next chain loop. Slip stitch to join, and we're going to go around one more time, double crocheting in each double crochet stitch and half double crocheting in each half double crochet stitch. Once we get back, we're going to slip stitch again to join. Now we're going to mark the middle of each side of the mask. We can sew in our tail later, and I am switching to my eye hook. I'm going to attach my yarn, chain 1 to secure, and I'm going to do 35 chains for my strap, just long enough to secure in a knot around my head. Now we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, all the way down our chain back towards our mask. Slip stitch to join to your mask. Slip stitch in the next stitch as well. Now we're going to turn our work, and I'm going to double crochet. However, you can choose whatever stitch depending on your desired thickness. I'm including my tail as well as I crochet. And we're going to double crochet all the way down, doing 3 double crochet in the last stitch, working around the chain, and double crocheting on the other side of the chain back towards the mask. Now that we're done with our strap, we're going to slip stitch to join, and we're going to repeat this exact same process on the other side of our mask for our other strap. Alright, back to our hat. You should be on row 12, and we're going to begin half double crocheting. So I'm going to do 9 half double crochet stitches, and then I'm going to attach my mask to my hat. So I don't connect the whole strap, just so that way I can tie it in the back and it can be nice and tight around the head area. I'm going to attach about 6 stitches on each side of the mask. So I'm just going to count 6 from my face mask, and I'm going to slip stitch and the next 6 stitches to join. Alright, slip stitching the last stitch here. As you can see, it's the stitch closest to the face portion of the mask. And we're going to skip as many spaces as you need for that eye hole to fit comfortably. So depending on how large your mask is, it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 stitches. So you're just going to hold it up and measure to see what looks comfortable. You don't want your mask to be pulled too tight or to be too loose. And you're going to half double crochet in those next stitches. Then you're going to slip stitch the middle of the mask to your hat. So your face portion will be nice and secure. And then you're going to half double crochet in the same number of stitches in order to make enough room for your eye hole. So for example, I skipped 8 each time. And now again, I'm going to slip stitch in the next 6 stitches to attach my mask. So for every stitch on my mask strap, I'm just going to slip stitch that to the stitch on my hat, like so. So after those 6 stitches, again, you're going to begin half double crocheting until you get to the end of your round. And once you get to the end of your final round, you're going to slip stitch to join. Then you're going to cut and pull through your ends, sew them in, and your Ninja Turtle beanie is completed. As you can see, I still need to sew the tails in on my mask as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this pattern. As well, make sure to subscribe. I'll be making lots more character beanies. I do plan on making another Ninja Turtle hat pattern as well, where the eyes and the mask are at the top of the beanie. So I will see you in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.